Good morning. I had to wear these. These are my December Bitcoin glasses. I just thought they would be funny. People would laugh and laugh and laugh. And you should be laughing because this is the last month, December the 2nd. Let me take these bad dogs off. Oof. And he has seen the light, and the light is Bitcoin. What a November we have had, guys. I mean, what a November. If you guys could, push the space out, let people know we're live. I'm really interested in the comments today, interested in people that might want to come up, give their position. If you can speak logically, rationally, and you're not going to come up here and yeah, you can send me merch, bro, for sure. I'm actually looking for somebody to help me with merch. Every time somebody reaches out to me, I forget to follow up. Anyway, very exciting November. We've had just a crazy result from the past, say, 30 days. Bitcoin's up what? It's moved between. Let me just look at some of this stuff here. Okay, so in 1 month, Bitcoin has done what we're at 62 just a few days ago, a month ago, and we're now at 96.4, fighting 95 to 98, fighting it. Michael Saylor he now has over 402,000 Bitcoin, I believe, if I'm reading the data correct. We have a 96,500 print. We've got MicroStrategy off $1.77 today. I must say I did buy some options this morning. Some leaps out. I think they're the 390 leaps, January 2027. Paid $222 for them. 220 or 227. Seem expensive to me, but I most certainly wasn't going to sell them. I believe that we're going to do $100,000 this week. We'll test it. We'll punch through it. We'll probably get pushed back down. We'll have a battle. It would be interesting if anyone knows what the active liquidation levels are. It's very hard for me to do all this at one time, look at prices and liquidation levels. But would love to know what the max pain on liquidation levels are. We've had an XRP move that I'll just go ahead and talk about it, get it out of the way, because I got hit with like 2 million views on a post comparing Bitcoin and XRP. I had no idea it was going to elicit this much response. I will say one thing for the XRP community: you guys are an army. I don't know anything about XRP, really. I couldn't speak in great detail about it, and don't understand it, and probably don't have the desire, intention, or interest in understanding it. And I think that's okay. If you guys want to make me wrong about not looking at XRP, I've seen it for 4 or 5 years. It's got a lot of noise around it. It's awesome, whatever, but it's just not for me. I mean, it's not where I'm gonna. I mean, look, if I took a position in XRP, it would be less than 0.1% of my position. It's just not going to be meaningful for me. I mean, let's say I whack 50 grand into XRP at $1.45 last week. I'm up 45 grand. Okay. I'm up 45 grand. Now what? I owe at least close to 20 on taxes. So now I have $25,000. I go buy a quarter of a Bitcoin. I mean, look, that would have been a good move. How long do I hold that? Do I go to $10? $10 is, what would XRP be at $10? I mean, you guys are talking numbers that, like, for me, these numbers are so fantastic that You're talking about companies 3 times the size of Visa and MasterCard combined. In this year, it took Visa and MasterCard 52 years to get 7 credit cards in your back pocket. And they advertised billions over those 20 or 30 years on every soccer, rugby match, soccer match, tennis match you've ever seen in your life, baseball match. Dude, they're Visa, MasterCard, Visa, MasterCard. What? XRP is going to have a $300 million a year advertising budget. Anyway, look. First off, I congratulate everyone for getting rich. Okay, if you've quad x'd, 4x'd your money, if 10x'd it, 30x'd it, dude, buying poo-poo coins, who cares? Okay, the question is, can you retain the profits until you exercise and sell this piece of paper or the token? It's just paper. It's a number on a sheet. I can say, hey, I'm up today, but me being up today is not going to pay for my children's education for the next 4 years. It's just not going to do it. I have to actually exit this thing. I mean, I know guys that are up from 20 cents on XRP, held it for 3 years. They're at $2.70 today or whatever it's at. And they haven't considered when they exit. Buying something's easy. Selling the bloody thing is building a business is easy. Selling it, getting out of it, liquidating it, and walking away with some chips from the table. That is the real trick, okay? I know a lot of people that can build businesses. I know a lot of people that can build things that trap them for their life. And it's usually because of the goals they set in the very first place, which was, hey, I want to run a business. Okay, well, you're running a business. In many cases, the business runs them. I'm just trying to find XRP here. It looks like it's been scratched from my watch list. Now that is telling. I must have a Bitcoin maxi in my computer program. Let's see, XRP. XRP. Why am I having such a hard time finding this crap today? I can't find XRP. It's bizarre. Wow, that is really weird. Pardon me, guys. We got a few comments. I'm gonna move to those here. Because I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, see, XRP's at 272. I mean, people were in this at 20 cents 3 months ago, 30 cents 3 months ago. You're up 8x, 9x. I mean, it's a $740 million moved the liquidity today. No, man. 3/4 of no, that's the volume day. It's a lot of volume. I mean, a lot of volume trading hands. I don't know, guys. It's up 18% today. It's up since, I don't know, 1 month. It's up from, and it's awesome. I mean, if you were in this thing, if you were in this on the, it's going to be one of those days where everything's slow. November the 1st, it was trading at 51 cents. It's at 269. 4, 5, 6x. It's a 6x in 1 month. That's great return. I am really happy for you guys. It's awesome. Now, XRP has a market cap of 154 billion. Doge has a market cap of about 62 billion. Visa is worth 4, 5, 600 billion. So XRP is a third of Visa size and half the size of MasterCard. I'm going to stick to Bitcoin. I'm going to stick to MicroStrategy. And if I ever have a position in any of these other coins, it will be such a minimalistic position that, quite frankly, talking about it will be more effort than my investment. I'm not making anyone wrong. Like, do whatever you want. Load up on XRP, ADA, NVDA. I mean, dude, it's your money. I go into these rooms on Spaces and try to learn. And all I do one thing. I have one real indicator. I track and follow people that have had more success than me, financially or building businesses or in marriages or whatever they're doing that's better than me. I go to the people that have bigger pockets, bigger bank accounts, bigger experiences, more adventures, more mistakes, and they admit both their mistakes and their winning. So uh, there is so much risk in this market. I just would encourage people, like, how much of this risk do you really want, and do you really understand what these businesses are doing? If you don't, I think this has now entered the world of gambling. Plus, if you come into this industry and you're not really extremely disciplined, this industry has a lot of juice in it. Okay, a lot of characters, a lot of color, a lot of pomp, a lot of people talking about how much they're making, but they never tell you, hey, by the way, I took $10 and turned it into 100. They tell you they did a 10x, but they don't bother to tell you it was on $10. Question is, can I do this on a million? Can I do it on $500,000? Can I do it with my kids? With 20% of the income I make every year. Am I really willing to? I make 200 grand a year. Let's pretend, and I take 40 grand a year, like right off the top, 20% off the top of every paycheck. I stick that into an investment thesis. My investment thesis better be pretty sound. Okay, I'm literally taking cash off the top of my income and dumping it into something to create something more, just to spank it on some coins. I'm sorry, guys. It's you need to study how people. I would encourage you. I'm not going to tell you what you need to do, but I find it very valuable following and listening to people, and there will be a very small group of these people. I mean, less than 10 who have more money than me, more experience, and I can call them up and go, "Hey, man, I'm thinking about doing this. Is this stupid? Is it stupid?" And I want someone to tell me it's dumb. You guys get all jacked up over somebody saying, "Hey, I think that's a really risky trade." Why would you get upset about that? I heard a conversation this morning, and I'm like, my God, the people are just arguing with each other. Look, I don't need to be right. I need to have more Bitcoin tomorrow than I have today. That's all. That is being right. Okay. I have more Bitcoin tomorrow than I have today. I am quite certain I'm going to be right. And we're still here at $96,275. I mean, it is staggering to me. The front running opportunity on this event just keeps going on. Okay. Like, this has been a front run for 8 years now. You could build a case that you could have stepped out of this thing for 2 or 3 years and really just gotten into the action about 2 months ago. But if you've been here for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, you now realize, my God, this market gave me so many opportunities to make so much money, to retain the money, and then to be able to understand these cycles and offset your positions by puts. That will all change this year. This year, which I'm really excited about, I feel very, very blessed that I was able to come in at this particular period. You guys that thinking you're coming in late, I actually look. I have basically assembled a very nice position in Bitcoin in the last 12 months. I mean, I think I've done the vast majority of my acquisitions has all occurred in the last 11 months. Once I really understood what I was doing, I got busy. And still, I don't think I've really optimized the opportunity. And I'm not a dumb guy. I mean, I have been here a long time. The reason I'm sharing this with you is that, uh, I mean, I've been in a lot of different businesses. That gives me an edge over somebody that has not been in business before. It also gives me an edge that I have seen this type of disruption before. Not this size, but I've seen it in specific industries, and it always creates more uh, change than people expect, but it always takes much longer than people expect. So they underestimate the time it takes, and they grossly underestimate the time, the actual change. So it's really fascinating that the people that create the disruption believe it's going to happen sooner, but they underestimate how big the opportunity is. And I have learned, assume it will take longer, and that the the uh, the gap you're feeling, the opportunity will be much bigger and much longer lasting than one would have thought. Remember, you are entering into a brand new market. There's only history around other type of complexes or industries or businesses or commodities that have gone through anything similar to this. So you need to kind of, I try to reframe my mind in, hey, what is happening here? Okay, what is really happening here that would drive change through not only the crypto market, but the impacts it'll have on other pieces of the financial system, whether it be fintech, whether it be the payment system, whether it be finance, debt, the bond market, conversion market. See, this is the complexity of Bitcoin, and the really most difficult thing to talk about, that none of the Solanas, XRPs, ADAs, Dogecoins, none of these are going to have the impact that Bitcoin has, in that Bitcoin is beginning to take a central role in, imagine the market is a game. Okay, it's a monopoly game. Bitcoin is ended up at the center of the monopoly game now. And the convertible bond market is now looking at NVIDIA going, hey, I can make this much percentage on NVIDIA, or I could do these convertible notes on this thing called MicroStrategy in Bitcoin, and it quadruples my return. Like that's going to get people's attention. For 2 or 3 years, I wouldn't say I've argued, but I've heard quite a few maximalists, for lack of a better word, say things like, you get Bitcoin when you deserve it. For me, it's a little shaming. It's a little passive aggressive, that comment. How about they get Bitcoin when they are educated properly? Which kind of makes me a little responsible for doing the education and sticking with it. That education, you have to understand who the target is, and they're having to reframe their mind also, right? Like, this is impacting debt markets, convertible bond markets, cash markets, the crypto market. People are looking at their stocks going, hey, I can do this now. I can play with Bitcoin. I hadn't ever been able to play with Bitcoin. And by the way, I can buy futures. I can buy options. I can buy the outright. I can buy an ETF. I can go into a fund. There's 32 different strat funds on buying Bitcoin combined with US dollars, and then buying Bitcoin with the S&P. And I mean, we are going to have so many derivatives. I will be able to this year buy insurance as we sink another $1,000 on Bitcoin, just getting crushed here, 95,777, down 1.54%. It's getting crushed. It's hilarious. Cypher's down 5.5%. All the miners are off. Coors is down 7. Iron's down 4, 6. Mara's down 7.11 after they picked up another $800 million of zero cost capital. They're down. MicroStrategy's down 0.96% at 383. About $390 call options for 2 years today. That's going to be very interesting. I think I paid a lot for them, $227, but it's at 383 right now. No chance I'd sell that freaking call option naked. Riot is down 3%. SEI is down 8%. SMLR, the Bitcoin proxy player, copying the MicroStrategy. They're up 4.8% today. And Solana's down 6%. Wolf, the miner, is up 1.5. Coinbase is up 3.5. And NVIDIA, the champion tech player, is down 0.7. Silver's down a little bit, and the S&P is up 0.27. So, we have a market just popping around, moving around. Nobody knows what we're going to do. It's December the 2nd. I'm sure there's a lot of rebalancing. There's probably people taking profits here. They bought it at 55, 60, 72, and they're turning around making a $25,000 profit. If they bought 1,000, they're up, $2.5 million. Not bad for a quarter, up $2.5 million. You want to take a 20% bonus. You're going to make $500,000 bonus this year. You're probably going to sell the Bitcoin, close the position, and then rebuy it when your year resets. So there'll be some of that. I don't know how much of that there'll be, but we'll most certainly find out. And then, of course, there's the old time whales. Someone's been selling at 96. Okay, can't just be no one. Someone is most certainly selling 96, and I suspect those people are the 300, the 3,000s, and the 30,000 Bitcoin buyers. They've been holding on these bags for quite some time. Their family wants to, buy a villa in Spain, buy some dogs like this, buy a yacht. Hey, knock it off, dude. They have the right to do that, okay? They've been in this trade for a while. That is going to happen. If it goes to 120, they're going to be sellers. At 140, there's going to be sellers. That's very, very healthy for the market. Now, if I were them, I might look at some different tools. I might look at I might look at not selling my Bitcoin, and I may look at buying some insurance on it. Whereas I could manufacture a put on Bitcoin. I can now buy equities that have heavy correlation to Bitcoin, like MicroStrategy. I could buy puts on MicroStrategy probably relatively cheaply. Is the puts, let's say Bitcoin's price hits 120 and then it retraces 30 or 40%. We're back down in the 70s. Instead of selling that at 120, because it could rip to 150, it could go to 110. I think there's ways to buy insurance on maybe some of the stocks, or even go through. I just think they're not liquid enough right now. You could go through the BTC complex, but I think there's going to be a lot of ways to insure yourself and protect the downside, which would suggest to me that we're going to see less coins in the market. We're going to see other derivatives. Those volumes will go up. For instance, if I never want to sell my Bitcoin, never's a long time for me since I'm a fairly older guy, but I might keep my Bitcoin. Let's say my cost base is 40. And let's say, hey, it's 72. I don't ever want to see anything below 72 again. I could start buying MicroStrategy $386 today. I could probably buy a $300 put or $250 put out a year on MicroStrategy. Not sure what that would cost me, but I can look at it right now. If I went out, say to January 2026, no, December 2026, that's in 2 years from now, and I wanted to buy a $340 put on MicroStrategy, currently trading at $386, I would pay $160. Now, what's going to happen here is if I make money on this trade, that means Bitcoin went down. I'm not selling my Bitcoin, but this put that I bought for $146, excuse me, $300 put would cost me $133. That would go up in value as it gets closer and closer to the strike price. So my put on MicroStrategy goes up. the price of my Bitcoin goes down, but I'm not selling it. So it's just a mark to market move. But the price of this put will go up. I can then decide to sell that put, lock in the income, and mark it up against losses elsewhere in the paper world. Okay, let's say I had a loss. Let's say I had a business loss or something. I can mark it up against that loss with that, and I don't sell my Bitcoin. I continue to hold on my Bitcoin. The Bitcoin took a mark to market hit. Mark to market is just a paper loss. Went from 90 grand down to 70. My P&L, let's say you're on Coinbase, your P&L on Coinbase or in your wallet's like, oh, that's awful. But you made a bunch of money offset by the put you bought on MicroStrategy. That's one example of the insurance policies that'll be out there in the future. And I think that will possibly stop some of the whales from dumping into the market at preset numbers. But again, these preset numbers are awesome. It allows for rotation to occur. Rotation needs to occur. Okay, like we need these coins in other people's hands and entities' hands, and we need deal flow. And that's where we're at right now. We're right at price discovery. We're trying to figure out what's it going to take to get 1 million coins into the market that have been held in wallets for a long, long time. Very exciting. Okay, like you're living in history. You're watching this happen. There will be so many case studies that right now they're already starting to do white papers and case studies, but there are going to be so many case studies on this industry, and you're sitting in the middle of it. You're listening to it happen. You're watching it and experiencing it. I'm telling you from experience, this is going to be much bigger than you think. As much as you think it might be, it is going to be a very, very significant play on the global stage of finance, most certainly. Okay, what else do we have to talk about today, huh? Is there anything else to talk about? We have the Trump administration doing its thing. It's put Patel in as the FBI director. There is just like people are going crazy and insane. I have 13 people sitting at my front door trying to get me to do things. This is why I hate owning houses, because I have to stop doing what I'm doing in business and I have to go tend to them. Let me just do one thing. Apologies for that, guys. This is going to be a short session because I got too much going on. What else can I tell you that's going on? I had some discussions last week, which I thought were quite interesting, with people that will be very senior and very active in the Trump administration. And I mean, I had a call with Vivek, quite frankly, and he told me that they have guys, dude. Like this is the nuts of people. He said some of the best people he's ever seen in his life. So it's really awesome. And they're really going to change it. I mean, I made a comment to him. I said, look, the other side's going to be pissed off at us either way. What are we going to do? We're going to go in and easy peasy, or we're just going to rip the rug, rip the Band-Aid off, and let's rock and roll and rebuild this country. He said, we're going for it all, dude. Like, let's do it. Let's go for it. I think that's the only way you can do one of these. You just got to be very aggressive. But that left me with a really, really heartfelt, like, wow, man, America's got a real chance here. Look, guys, I'm going to have to end. I've got too many people here trying to bug me. I got dogs that are freaking out. I did want to go through some of these comments real quick. Junie, A1, Brian, Thoreau, Mike, A1, Knox, Bill, Art Caffeine, David Gittins, Arturo Torres, Yuki Elliott. You guys, thank you so much for being here, okay? Rob, thank you, man, for being here. Polly B, Phil C, Arturo again, Rob. Hey, Abbott, knock it off, dude. Jeff, Rob, Dan Rinaldi. I'm trying to get to all you guys. Okay. I want to acknowledge each and every one of you. I see you in here every day. Sam Hillman, I see you on Sundays in the rooms. Really appreciate you guys coming to church on Sundays. If you haven't seen what I'm doing, I don't charge anything. Okay. So, like, I'm not shilling you, but I started doing a church about 5 weeks ago on Sundays at 10:30 a.m. It's on StreamYard. It's on my YouTube and my X channels. Check one of them out. Okay, I think it's an interesting way for a family to spend Sunday morning. It's not religious. It's more of, hey, what can I do to be a better human being, and what can I do to help other people be better human beings? Let's see, Pat. Thank you for being here. And who else we got in the house? We got Jag, Mother Effer, Jones. He said, wait for the pullback. Willie Mahler, you the man, G Dog. I like it, man. I like it. Hey, I love being in your community. I love you guys being in my community. If you could just repost, educate people, this is spaces available for them. Bring them into the rooms, whether they're older, younger, aunts, uncles. Get them off of mainstream media, man. Okay, bring them in here. We can learn together how to become wealthy, rich, and prosperous without being obnoxious, criminal, or unethical. That's my goal, dude. Have it all without having to be a pig. That's my motto. Have it all without being an ass. So you guys have an awesome Monday. See you probably tonight in Spaces. Hope to see you in Spaces. It should be a really, really exciting week. I maintain, and you can laugh at me on Monday, next Monday, we will do 100 grand this week. That's my view. I'm just putting it out there. I could be massively wrong, but I feel it. I feel it in my bones. All right, guys. Thank you very much.